What's up, guys? It's John with National Sports Entertainment, and I wanted to go into the few NBA games tonight. We only got two. A couple of my college plays, and most importantly, I wanted to make this is going to be the fourth audible this year that I've made. As far as we put a pick out and something just doesn't ring right with it, and so far we're 3-0 on audibles. And again, I'd like to thank people on my Discord. Trey is always on here on YouTube helping out. Everyone in here. We had Understand Boxing in here earlier talking Money Made Minds. And basically everybody's just basically going over their reasons for why they believe the Jets. And yes, I am pulling an audible, Trey. You will see it very soon. Yeah, Rays, I'm making it right now. Thanks to you guys. We're a team here. And that's what I try and explain. I always reassess things. So if multiple people who have in the past been more proven than any, supposed expert come to me and say, hey, I'm really liking this team for this reason, then I'm going to think about it and I'm going to look at both sides. And I really liked the idea of the Jets starting off like the Giants, just really strong and losing a bunch. And with Wilson, I feel like they lose. But then I thought about it, and people kept bringing to my attention that the Jets are behind the Dolphins in the division, and really, again, it doesn't matter who loses, which I understood that before. But a lot of people just, between Lawrence being bad on the road, there was just a lot of arguments brought up. So the reason I ultimately wound up switching now and we're going with the Jets is because I looked at the lines, again, after we were going over who we thought. A lot of people said they could see the Titans winning or losing this game. So it makes the Jags' path a little more easy. And I went over the Jets' path yesterday and why it is a little more difficult of a path. But if you see, they are only a 3-point favorite. So even Vegas is conceding there's a good chance they lose this game. And they also have Dallas next week. Whereas the Jets would need Miami here to lose to Green Bay, very likely, especially if they want to keep Aaron in the picture. And then in New England, Miami probably wins that game. So if that were to happen and the Jets lost, they actually wouldn't have a play. Miami would already be 2 games ahead. So even with the final week, they'd be 2 games behind. So the more I thought about it, and like I said, I always like to give credit. Trey was the first one who came to me. He's always commenting on YouTube here, and he really knows his stuff. Marco does it a lot. Marco will come through. He's the reason we wound up getting the Colts last week instead of the Vikings, because he came through with some knowledge that I really agreed with. In this case, I think Trey and many others did, as I was showing you in my Discord. It just, in my opinion, makes a little more sense that the Jets win this game. They've been showing Mike White like kind of cheerleading for Wilson. So I think they're going to push them like they don't care who's starting. They're just happy they won. And people will rule Jacksonville out at 6-9. And I did have another theory I was thinking of was both teams in the South, the Bucks and Jags, or Bucks and Titans, I think it'll be Jags, finishing with a losing record. So my official pick, again, my path to the playoffs doesn't really change. I think it's the same. I still think the Jets don't get in and the Jags do. But I do have the Jets winning this game and the Jags losing. And again, it's always on me if we lose, but I would like to give credit to the people on my Discord and all the people that come on the YouTube. Robin posted. A lot of people that just know what they're talking about, and I trust their assessments. So I'm not going to have an ego. We want to make money. Now let's go into the 2 NBA games. We got the Spurs at the Pelicans here. And whenever you're working with a game like this, it's always difficult because you're working with a good bit of points here. So anything can happen. I will say with only 2 games, they usually, not all the time, but they're not going to have 2 blowouts. So here I do like, just because of the metrics, taking the Spurs with the 8.5. Just as a first leg, just a new sequence, I think that again, we're not going to get blowouts. Now, we might get one blowout and one close game, but I do like the Spurs to cover here. And on this one, We have Washington at Utah, and same type of story. I do think that Utah's been a trap team this year, but I think a lot of people just think Washington's a terrible team because of their record, and I think Utah gets brought down to earth, falls below 500 pretty soon, and I think Washington makes a run, maybe not to 500, but they make a run to where they're something of the effect of like 18-22. Pretty close to 500, only a couple games behind, because I don't think they're this bad of a team, and I do think they want to push them. So basically, just by both road teams covering, I could see the Wizards winning the game, whereas Spurs, I don't see them winning, but I do think it's going to be closer than 8.5. So yeah, not loving them, just first legs. I do like the picks: Spurs to cover, Wizards to cover. Now I'm going to go into college, and again, these are not fun games. These are just games that I personally like them for the metrics. You can do what you want with that. So I like Louisville to cover NC State. They are 1-11 against the spread, so I just really think they cover. I like UTEP to cover Kent State, same metric. I like South Mississippi here to cover UNLV, and I like Farley Dickinson to cover Queens. So those are my 4 college plays. Nothing crazy about those plays. They just fit a metric that I really like. Yesterday we did really good on college. We've done good all year. And a lot of people aren't they don't run out of the way to play college games. But my favorite play of today of all the games is Louisville covers because of the metric. So I just wanted to go over that. So we don't have a ton between all the sports. It looks like 7 games, and the 4 college ones they're all first legs essentially, except, as I said, I do like Louisville a lot. And yeah, officially we are going to take the Jets to cover this 2.5. I think they also might be trying to clip people. So there's a lot of reasons I like the Jets after sleeping on it and talking to people that I trust in my Discord and people on YouTube. So I always thank everybody for being awesome and offering insight. Win or lose, it doesn't matter because the system's going to win overall, and I just think our movement's only getting started. But yeah, Jets is the pick officially. So I actually last night did a unit on Jacksonville. As I went over before, what happens now is 2 units will go on the Jets, and that will win a unit if and when the Jets win. So I just wanted to go over all that with everyone, and tonight's game afterwards, I can do an assessment. We can do other teams' paths to the playoffs, start going into the weekend games, some bowl games. But I wanted to get that out there first and foremost. After everything, I do really like the Jets in this game. And it would have been easy just to put out a community post, but I wanted to put out an actual video going into the reasons. So good luck, everyone. Take care, and happy earnings.